Hi, and once again, welcome to Code Fast with the amazing Prince Lee. I am the amazing Prince Lee, and I have been taking you through this wonderful coding journey. So, we just completed our HTML um, tutorials, and I'm so excited that we are going into CSS now. And in CSS, you're going to be learning about the inline CSS, the um, internal CSS, external CSS. You're going to also be learning about the syntax of CSS. You're going to be learning about CSS properties and CSS values. So by the end of this tutorial, or by the end of this class, you should be able to design layouts, you should be able to design grids, you should be able to make some responsive designs or websites. So this is where we are going to be bringing color, introducing colors to elements that we have already known how to create. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe and share with your friends. Yes, all right. So let's proceed. So if you have not created your project folder yet, create it. Like, see, I've created my project folder. So now I can go to VS Code, right? Go to VS Code, and I might go and open my folder from my VS Code. Open folder, desktop. There's my folder. So these are some of the files that we have already. So if you want to create your files, you can use this icon, create files. If you want to create folder inside that directory, you can use this and create your folder. So that is what we'll be using for now. So remember, we're still talking about the CSS and then the syntax for CSS, right? The syntax for CSS is properties colon value, right? So if we want to start writing CSS, I mean the inline CSS is going to be written inside the elements with the style attributes. So once you put your style attributes, so we now go with the syntax, which is what? The property colon then the value. So this is the syntax, right, of every CSS, properties and values. So whatever CSS we do, whether the inline, internal and external, we are going to be using the word properties and values. So these properties, this is the position for any property of the CSS that you want to work with. Like, for example, if you want to change the background color, you want to change the background color, the font size, and so many things that you want to apply on your elements. This is a position. Then the value is the value of what the properties, right? For example, we have color, so the properties of color is the range of colors, red, blue, black. We have font size, the value will be what the size is, right? So that is it. So now the inline CSS is CSS that is applied directly on the element, while the internal CSS CSS that is applied inside the what style tag, right? Inside the style tag. Later we'll talk about it. Then why the external CSS is CSS that you create a folder outside and apply that, write the CSS inside that folder, link it to this document. So that is the difference. So in this course, we are going to be looking at some CSS properties. Basically, all the CSS properties that we have here, we can use it to make our design, layout, and almost everything that you can ever be, everything that you can ever do in styling your elements. So this is what the ones that we are going to be looking at. But as you continue to journey through your development, you can study more. But in this course, we are just going to stay by what we are going to be using to make our web pages and application. So we are going to look at these properties: background color, text align, font size, font weight, background image, margin, padding, animation, positioning, display. Along the line, if there is any other one important properties that we are going to be learning about, we are going to also look at it. But for now, we'll stay with the following properties. So now let us look at the first. The first is background. So the background is what we use to color the background of our elements, right? For example, now if the property we want to use is what is background color, and we want to change the background color of this element to yellow. Your syntax is very important, right? So you save, let's save and go check it. So you see the whole background of this element is already what, yellow. Okay, let me use this opportunity to just talk about the block elements and inline elements, because many of you might have question, why is it that you added background on this element and you see the element stretch from this beginning to this end, right? So it's because this is a block element. So we have two types of elements. We have the block elements and the inline elements. So the block element, even if without seeing it, the reason why we are seeing it now is because we added a background. It takes the full width of the parent element. That means this h1 tag or this h1 element that is inside the body element will take the full width of its element. That means it's not going to share another element on the same line. So let us look at it. For example, now we have h1 here. So we now have another p tag here just by the side of it, right? And say paragraph. I just put any content inside. You can write anything you want to write. It doesn't matter, right? So now look at it. Instead of it to come by the side, this pushes it down because this is a block element. It does not share the same line with its another element. It must push it down. While we have an inline element, let me just give an example of an inline element. Another element that we have is span is an inline element. So if I put my content, if I put this content here, element 1, then I replicate it, even if I put it under, right? So now look at it. So we say this is span element 1, this is span element 2. So both of them are sharing what, the same line. So that is the difference between block elements and inline elements, right? So if I apply, there's one other things I will let you to know. So if I apply background color on this, and let us call this one red, and apply background color on this, and let's call this one background color on this, and let's call this one maybe aqua. So right, so I save and I check. So you see what happened. So this now exposes what happened. So the inline element takes the what? It takes the length of its content. Right? See, it stops where the contents stop. Right? A lot of developers make mistakes of this. they want to like add more width to the inline element that is not happening. And you wonder why is this not happening? Because an inline element must take the what? The width of its content, right? It takes the width of the content. Why the block element takes the width, the whole width of its parent element. So this is in body, and body is the whole body. That's why I say you see that it takes from this end to this end. But let us say if we have this h1 now inside another tag that have a width. So we put it inside this tag, and this tag have the width defined. Like width is also a what? Width is also a CSS property. So we can define the width of any property. Width and height is also a property. So if I put it inside there now, see what happened. It took the width of its parent, because now it's no longer the parent of the body. It's not longer the direct parent of the body, but right now it's this h1 is the direct parent of this div that was also we define the what we define the width. So it what follows the width of what its parent. So that's what block element does.